Here is a video that was requested quite some time ago, and they were just kind of interested in how I actually poured everything and formed the top of the fence post footing. Here you can kind of see I set the cardboard, just backfilling it with some dirt to put some pressure on the cardboard, and it looks like I already have some concrete in at the bottom. So pour a little bit of concrete first. And now I can start filling it up. I have a little bucket right there. I mix it in a wheelbarrow and then carry it up to wherever I need to do it. But if you can get a wheelbarrow around, then definitely mix it whatever's going to be easiest for you. And if you look in the back, you can actually see where the fence post footing from the previous post is in the ground. And I think I took that out later. I don't think I left any of them in. It's not that difficult to remove those. If the ground is real hard, okay. But most of the time, I don't like to leave stuff in. I really don't. I can't. I moved into this house here quite some time ago, and I've probably removed at least 20 fence post footings that were left in the ground. So there I have just a little shovel trowel, and using that to fill everything in. And kind of vibrating it down there. There we go. Every little piece matters here. And again, this part's not that difficult. Fill up the hole. And I'm doing this in real time, by the way. I'm not doubling the speed on this. Again, I want to give you an idea how long this takes. Mix the concrete. Obviously didn't show you me mixing the concrete, but just taking my shovel and kind of tamping everything in there. This can help to prevent air pockets in the concrete, but that's difficult to say. It's not they have a vibrating tool that would do the job for this right here. Once I put the concrete on top of the other concrete and it manages to trap a little bit of air, it's difficult to get that air out, but not a big deal. This isn't a structural post that's going to be holding up a tree house or anything. It's going to be holding up a 6-foot fence. So just filling it up. Now you are going to see me measure here in a second. I'm measuring from the top of the railing to the top of the concrete. I don't want to be cutting any of my fence boards. And if my fence boards are 6 feet and they're going to be sticking up above the fence top of the rail, there I am measuring. If it's going to be sticking up 12 inches, let's say, and that's going to leave 5 foot from the top of the railing to the bottom of the concrete. And this also helps me, gives me an idea where, if I want to backfill some soil into these areas. In other words, you can grade all of the soil around the fence before you build the fence or after. You can use the top of the concrete footings as a guideline before you build the fence, or you can use the bottom of the wood fence after it has been built. Now, as far as sloping the concrete at the top of the footing, you can see here, this is not rocket science. Just make sure that it is sloping enough to where water won't be able to accumulate in these areas. And that is about it. This isn't that difficult. And you can see here, I did this in real time. I didn't speed it up. I am going to have to come back and, maybe in about 15 minutes or a half hour as the concrete is setting up, and kind of smooth the area off a little bit and try and get as much concrete into the gaps. You don't want to leave any gaps between the wood fence. And here we can see that there are a couple of gaps. That would be the darker spots in between the concrete and the wood. Those areas will need to be filled. Otherwise, water could actually seep down the wood fence post and into these holes.